NFL draft order is officially set. Picks 1 through 18 are set, so I'm going to mock draft right now, a full 32 pick mock draft. Starting off with the Las Vegas Raiders, this one is a pretty simple one to me. They got to go quarterback, and they're going to pick Indiana's QB, Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza, to me, I see hate on Fernando Mendoza. I don't see it. I watch Fernando Mendoza play, and he looks like an amazing prospect. Do I think he's the prospect like Cam Ward was last year? No, but do I think Fernando Mendoza has an incredibly... I think he has a really high floor, to be honest. I think Mendoza could be a starter in this league. Do I think he could be a top 5 player in this league? No, I don't. But do I think he could be a Bo Nix type player? I think that's what you're getting out of Fernando Mendoza, or like a Jared Goff type player. I see a lot of Jared Goff in Fernando Mendoza. So I think Fernando Mendoza is a good fit over there. He's coming in with Ashton Jency and Brock Bowers. I mean, all they really need is a wide receiver. Maybe they'll pick one later in the draft. Maybe they'll trade up in the first round and pick a wide receiver. There's a good wide receiver class, a lot of good early wide receivers, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, and what's his name, Carnell Tate, who just declared for the draft today. But then we get on to the New York Jets. New York Jets, to me, is another easy one. They go Dante Moore. I don't love Dante Moore, but they kind of need a quarterback, and he's the only one there. But Dante Moore could be good, but he could also be bad. You know, it's a 50-50 shot. It's a boom or bust, but aren't they all? Dante Moore, he's got a good surrounding cast around him. Olu Fashanu, Armand Membu, Joe Tippmann, Elijah Vera-Tucker, all a very good line. I think their center's like, is it Connor McGovern? It might be Connor McGovern, but a very good O-line, a very good young O-line too. Just the coaching staff and the ownership it's just not very good around him, and the Jets are not known for, bringing in amazing QBs in the past. Only one I can really think of is like Joe Namath, but I mean, Dante Moore, he's going into a cast with that line that I just named. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. Breece Hall's probably going to leave, but they got two good backups in Isaiah Davis and Braylon Allen. But Garrett Wilson is great. I do like A.D. Mitchell a lot. Adonai Mitchell looks great. He's got a high ceiling, but his floor is pretty bad. And then you got, who's their tight end? Mason Taylor. He's got a pretty high ceiling. And then you look at that defense, that is not good at all. But I mean, hey, on that offensive side, he could do pretty good, man. Dante Moore. Then I picked 3. This one is incredibly difficult for me. I think the Cardinals, because you look at this, Downs, they don't need a safety. It's not what they need. They don't need a linebacker. They don't need an edge. They don't need an edge. They don't need a receiver. Like, they don't need these players. The only thing I see they need is an offensive tackle. And is it Francis Mauigoa or Spencer Fanu? Fano. I don't know why I said Fanu. Francis Mauigoa, I'm a Canes fan. I think Mauigoa is better than Fanu. I keep saying Fanu. But do I think that people think that? No. So Spencer Fano is probably going to be the pick here, just because what else can they do, man? They can't really do anything else. Their offensive line is great. There's a lot of good defense players in this class. That's really all I have to say about the Cardinals. But then you get on to pick 4 with the Tennessee Titans. This one's interesting. I think they got to go receiver. And you look at the receivers, you got Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, the only 3 that can go in that scenario. But the question is, who is better between Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, or Mekhi Lemon? I think Carnell Tate is a clean prospect. I think he is. He had a couple drops in that game against Miami. I think he had 2 drops, but Jordan Tyson's also great, and Carnell Tate is as well. I think they go Jordan Tyson, man. I think it's a good pick. I think Jordan Tyson is the pick in that scenario. I like Jordan Tyson, man, in that pick. That's the nice pick, but you can't go wrong with Carnell Tate. You can't go wrong with Mekhi Lemon. But Jordan Tyson is who we're going to pick there. Then you look at the New York Giants, right? They could also go wide receiver. I wouldn't be shocked if they went wide receiver. They could also go tackle, right? But you look down on this, man, it's a bit of a drop-off. There's not really any tackles other than Francis Mauigoa. Their line's not great. Andrew Thomas gets banged up a lot. We all know what happened to Evan Neal. So is Francis Mauigoa the pick here? I think it might be. But Ruben Bain is also there, man. But they don't need an edge. It's just not something they need. They don't need D-line. So I think they go out. I think they pick Francis Mauigoa. I think that's who they pick, man. Another offensive lineman goes off the board, and he's a great prospect, man. He's really good. But then you go on to here. Now, do I think that the Cleveland Browns need defense? No. But Caleb Downs is still here, Ruben Bain is still here, and Arvell Reese is still here, man. So those 3 prospects are incredibly good. But Carnell Tate is also here, and they need receiver. So do they pick defense? That is the last thing I need. You look at You look at Arvell Reese, a linebacker. Their linebacker, Carson Wettinger, defensive rookie of the year favorite. Caleb Downs, safety. They have good safeties, right? Ruben Bain, edge. They don't need an edge. We know that. So Ruben Bain's off the board. Same with David Bailey. And Arvell Reese isn't getting picked either. Caleb Downs is going to be the pick here for the Cleveland Browns. It's kind of the only option there other than like Carnell Tate. But that's the only pick there for me. And now it's a question between Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain. Which one is better? Ruben Bain looked dominant in that game against Ohio State, and Arvell Reese wasn't really there at all. So I'm going to pick Ruben Bain. Now, does one game define a player? No, it does not. Arvell Reese will still be a great NFL player. But I just think Ruben Bain's a better prospect. Ruben Bain is an incredibly athletic human being. He is really, really good. And then you look at the Saints, man. Shuck looks like a franchise quarterback. I called that last year, man. Everyone is hating on Shuck. I'm saying he's a good quarterback, man. But you got to get a good supporting cast around the guy. And Carnell Tate is just sitting there at number 8. And they pick Carnell Tate. That's a pretty simple one for me. Carnell Tate goes. They need a receiver, although Olave's great. But, yeah, add another receiver to that. That could be nice, man. Tyler Shuck could be diming him up, man. They got a nice little lineman in Kelvin Banks. He looks really good. And then you go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Pretty easy one for me. That one is like the easiest one for me other than Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore. Jeremiah Love goes 9th to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs need a running back. They have forever. They took a shot on Edwards-Helaire in 2020. That didn't work out. He was picked like 25th. It didn't work out. Jeremiah Love is an incredibly good prospect, an incredibly good running back in college. Do I think he should have won the Heisman? Maybe, but Fernando Mendoza also led his team to the 1 seed. So Jeremiah Love is an amazing running back, and he's going to the Chiefs, which is going to be really dangerous, man. But now we go to the Bengals at pick 10, and Arvell Reese is still sitting here. This one is incredibly easy. Arvell Reese is headed to the Bengals. Picked at 10, which is unbelievable that he even fell that far. But he's going to the Bengals. I mean, he's going to the Bengals, man. The Bengals need a defense. They've known for the past 2 years to have a historically terrible defense. So they pick defense there. And now you look at this, man. They need guard. They need a line, right? They need a guard is what they need. It's so zero alignment. But you look at this, man. It's not beautiful. It's really not. You look at tackle. It's really not good either. Caden Proctor's not bad. But then you look at corner, which I knew they do need a corner. Jermon McCoy, he's not bad. Jermon McCoy is not bad at all. I think they go Jermon McCoy. Yeah, I mean, that's really the only pick there in my opinion. I guess they could go David Bailey, but Bradley Chubb is going to be there. So I don't really love that pick a lot. Jermon McCoy is the best option there. They need a cornerback. And then you look at David Bailey for the Cowboys, man. I think that's an easy pick for me. I think they go David Bailey. They need a linebacker. They need a safety. And I'm not just going based off this, but I'm saying that defense was terrible, man. They just fired Matt Eberflus. They're going to go David Bailey. That's the good pick in my opinion. David Bailey goes 12th to the Dallas Cowboys. Then you look at pick 13 to the Los Angeles Rams. God, we really gave the Rams that pick. That's insane. I guess they don't really need anything, to be honest. They might drop down a little bit. Might trade down, get some good pieces. You scroll down, you got all these guys. I wouldn't be against, I'll tell you this, I would not be against the Kenyon Sadiq pick here. The tight end out of Oregon is really, really good. I would not be against the Kenyon Sadiq pick here. They need a tight end. Tyler Higbee's not bad, but he's not amazing. You give another weapon to Matthew Stafford, man, that could be lethal. But then you look at quarterback as well. Ty Simpson's there. I mean, the best option here, I'm going to go with Kenyon Sadiq, man. Tight end out of Oregon. I like that pick a lot. The only other place I could see him going is like Carolina, maybe. Shout out Carolina. Kenyon Sadiq, man. I like that pick a lot for Los Angeles. And then you look down here, the Ravens, who just fired John Harbaugh today. Peter Woods is the pick here, in my opinion. Peter Woods is an amazing tackle. Amazing D lineman. Fell to pick 14. That's a great pick for the Ravens. Nothing much to say there, but that is a great pick. Now you look at the Bucks. Got a lot of needs, man. They got a lot of needs. And do I think linebacker is one of them? No, I don't think it is. Do I think receiver is one of them? No. Do I think edge is? I do think edge is. Now, who's the better edge between Cassius Howell or Kendrick Falk or TJ Parker even? I'm not even against them picking TJ Parker here. TJ Parker's a really good edge. I'm not against them picking them here. But I do think Cassius Howell is the best option here. I think they're going to go Cassius Howell. Just because, man, that Texas A&M defense has been really good all year. They led Miami to 10 points in the college football playoffs, round 1. So I do think Cassius Howell's a pick, brother, but you also could go Kendrick Falk. But we're going to go Cassius Howell. And now the Jets are back on the clock with the pick from the Indianapolis Colts. I don't really know here. You gotta pick Sonny Styles, man. And I hate to pick Sonny Styles because I want him to go to Carolina, but there's no way he falls to them, right? Sonny Styles goes. He's an amazing linebacker. He's just amazing. He's a big guy, man. I don't know. He's like 6'5", I think. He's big. Sony 6'3", I think. Sonny Styles heads to the New York Jets, and we just gave the New York Jets Fernando Mendoza and Sonny Styles. That's an amazing draft class if both of them reach their ceiling. Now you go look at the Lions, man. The Lions didn't expect the Lions to pick a number 17. I don't think line is a huge need, and I don't really think edge is a big need either. I don't know. I think we go look at edge and corner, not safety, and corner here for the Lions. Manzor Delane. Yeah, I lucky forgot about him. Manzor Delane is headed to the Lions. That's a good pick for me. In my opinion, that is a good pick. They need a corner, and that's good. I mean, Terrion Arnold's good, but Manzor Delane is the correct pick. There definitely is. Now they need a running back. But they don't need a real running back at all. But a center is definitely a need for the Minnesota Vikings, man. It 100% is. You look at that. You look at the centers in this draft, though. The best option is Jake Slaughter. And do I like Jake Slaughter a lot? Yes, I do like Jake Slaughter a lot. Connor Lou's good too, but I like Jake Slaughter a lot, man. Do I think he goes this early? No way. But then you look at DB, man. Look at that safety. Not really any options. The best here, in my opinion, is Dylan Thieneman. You look at cornerback, not really any options here either, right? I mean, Avion Terrell is the best option. So I think they're just going to go Avion Terrell, man. Back-to-back cornerbacks getting picked. That's the best option. Now we head to my Carolina Panthers. This will be interesting. Do I think they need an edge? No way. Nick Scorton has been amazing. DJ Wanham's a great player. Princely Unamenamenelelen. He's good. He's got a high ceiling. I like that guy a lot. What did he have? Like 11 and a half sacks in college for Ole Miss. Yeah, he's a great player, but we're not talking about Princely. We're talking about the Carolina Panthers and who they're going to pick at pick 19. I don't know, man. Sonny Styles is the dream pick for the Carolina Panthers here. And do I think Mekhi Lemon also? I love Jalen Coker. I love Jalen Coker a lot. Mekhi Lemon has just fell in this draft, man. He has fell. And do I think he goes to the Carolina Panthers? I just don't. I don't see it. But Caleb Banks from Florida looks like the pick here, man. You think of that front defensive line. They don't really need it. Derek Brown's amazing, and Bobby Brown's another good one. Tershawn Wharton's another good one. So I don't think they go Caleb Banks either here, man. Kendrick Falk, that's just not going to happen. They don't need an edge. They don't need a guard. This is the hardest one. They might just have to. They're going to go Caleb Banks. They're going to go Caleb Banks just because it's there, and they're just gonna shoot a shot on Caleb Banks, coming from Florida, and then you go to the Dallas Cowboys. They go Kendrick Falk. I mean, he's kind of the only option there. They need a line. They need a defense. And who did I pick earlier up here? David Bailey. I mean, we go two edges. I love that, man. Kendrick Falk and David Bailey. I like that a lot. And then you go to the Steelers. Easy pick for the Steelers if he's there. Mekhi Lemon gets picked. They need a wide receiver. DK Metcalf is good, but man, is he a crash out. So Mekhi Lemon heads over there. Now they need. It seems like no one on this Chargers team can stay healthy. So they need a guard, and they're going to pick. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how to say this guy's name, but I have seen him play for Penn State, and he is really good. So they go that guy. We'll call him OI. They go OI there. I picked 22. Now we go down to the Eagles, pick 23. Now, who do the Eagles pick here, man? Is Romello Height the best option here? No, I think TJ Parker is. They got Jalen Phillips in the offseason, but I think TJ Parker is the next best option. I do think they go TJ Parker there. I picked 23. And now we're heading over to the Buffalo Bills, and I'm looking at one thing, and that is wide receiver. Wide receiver is what I'm looking at. Gosh, do they need a wide receiver? And they're going to go Denzel Boston from Washington. Now, do I think KC Concepcion is also great? Yes, right? I do. But I think that's the best option there. And this one, he's just sitting here, man. He's right here. Caden McDonald is the best option for the Chicago Bears. That is an easy pick as well. Then you look at the Niners, man. Ricky Pearsall, he's cool, man. He's got aura, but is he that guy? I still think so, yes. But you pairing up with KC, that's going to be a nice little duo there, a nice little young duo. So I'm going with them. Then you look at the Houston Texans. Don't know why it says they need a running back. Joe Mixon's just fine. But the one thing they do need is some linemen. They do need some linemen. Caden Proctor is sitting here. Do I think they go Caden Proctor? I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to go with tackle Caden Proctor. I think that's a nice pick going at 27 for the Houston Texans. And then you look at the Browns here who have the Jags pick, which, what an unbelievable trade that was, man. As the Browns don't need a line. Who did I pick for the Browns up here? I went and picked Caleb Downs. They're just not doing that again. But the sucky thing is, KC just went, and the next best option would be Elijah Sarrett. They're just not going to pick him. You know what? Screw it. They're going to pick Elijah Sarrett, the wide receiver from Indiana, just because it's like the only option there, man. It really is the only option, like point blank. That's it. That's the only option is Elijah Sarrett. Maybe you could make something and go Ty Simpson, but I don't see it. I don't see it. And so then we go back to the Rams, and the Rams, man, the Rams. Again, who did I pick for the Rams up here? I picked 13. I picked Kenyon Sadiq. So now they go tackle or corner here for sure. Colton Hood. Colton Hood is definitely the best option for the Los Angeles Rams. Not really a debate there. And then we go to the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots is a little hard one, but I think they go Romello Height. I don't know why I said Hart. I think that's a nice pick for them. And then we look at the Denver Broncos, right? A tight end would be nice for the Broncos, but you look at tight end, there's really nothing there. I don't even know these guys too well. There's just no one there. That's not good at all. I guess I do need a center. Emmanuel Pregnon's sitting here. Do they just reach on him? Do they reach on this guy? No, I don't think they do. I think they pick C.J. Allen out of Georgia. Goes 31 to the Broncos. Wow, this simulator thinks the Broncos and Seahawks are going to be in the Super Bowl. All right. Definitely don't agree with that. Both the 1 seeds, probably why it's there. But we go to the Seattle Seahawks. No way Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Running back, that is just the last of their need. Center, guard, linebacker, corner. I'm not looking at that. I'm thinking Caleb Lomu is the best option here. Do I think he falls out of the first round? I don't see it happening, man. I just don't. I really don't, man. And they're going to pick Caleb Lomu. That's what they're going to do. And that is my 2026 NFL mock draft. I think that was a good draft, man. I think that was. And this will change over time 100%. But you take a look at this mock draft. It's not bad, man. It's really not. Fernando, Dante, Spencer Fano, Jordan Tyson. I'm not going to name the rest. But you get the gist of it. And that is a good draft class to me. I like this mock draft. It's nice. It's good. I don't know what I'd change, but it'll change over time as we move on and we see what happens in these college football playoffs. Maybe Arvell Reese gets hurt, or like Carnell Tate gets hurt. I don't know why I'm saying Ohio State players, but maybe like Francis Mauigoa gets hurt, right? But I mean, that's just the best option. Maybe we see a collapse from Fernando Mendoza, which probably is not going to happen, but maybe it will. You never know. That is the mock draft I have for 2026. Now, I will keep doing these, and we will just see how they progress over time. But for now, that is it, and I will be back another time to mock drafts. I'm out.